quiet, be quiet, be quiet. We don't have to be.
Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon, the 23rd. We are a day away from Christmas Eve, 2 days away from Christmas. Merry Christmas to everybody. And I am joined here by Brandon Newey and Lauren Morales, also known as Lo. And I'm Tim. Good morning to the both of you. How are you all doing this morning?
It's good, man. Doing well. We got a lot to look forward to in the next couple of days.
So let's talk about that. How are the two of you spending Christmas? I know, Lo, this is the busiest time for you. You just had to escape your store to come do the show so you can go back. People buying Under Armour Christmas gifts like crazy. But how are the two of you spending Christmas this year? Brandon, I'll let you go first.
Just with the family and the in-laws. We'll go over there, do the traditional, Christmas dinner or Christmas brunch, and then Christmas Eve dinner. And then on the 26th, I head up to OKC for a little bit, see my family, my mom and grandparents, and go from there and head back out.
Well, it sounds really exciting. Your tone of voice is at 10 right now. I can tell that you are.
I mean, I'm excited. I just know what comes with it. I
Okay.
just know what comes with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Lo, how about you?
I had unlike the OKC trip, I don't have to. They came up here. Me and my nephew are up here, and my family came up here last weekend to do Christmas because we all have in-laws now, and that's kind of where we do our predominant Christmases actually. So, interesting enough, I have a little one now, but we've done it for a while now, so we do our own Christmas. I didn't really have those growing up, so we do it all here. We wake up, we slowly wake up, we open gifts in the morning, we play them all, we have a lunch. Small family, but great Christmas, especially because I do work retail, like you said. So Christmas Day and Thanksgiving Day are off. I think they're pretty much the only days that our stores are not open and I get paid for. So, I'm going to enjoy it.
All right. Well, there we go. Well, good times ahead. We're not doing much of anything. I have just really my sister from a family standpoint. She's in Chicago. We're not going there. Too cold. They're not coming here. So it's just my wife and I hanging out with my dogs and my kitty. And that will be a lot of fun for us. I don't get to see her very often. So we have a couple of days where she doesn't have to teach or work or anything. And then she's off to, where's she going? Arizona Sunday, while hopefully the QB Huddle crew is at my house Sunday night for the Bears versus the 49ers. You see, I have a 49er jersey on today. This is to instill the Tim Jitsu curse on the San Francisco 49ers because they currently look unbeatable and we need to do something. And so I hope you enjoy my vintage TO jersey. This is the only 49er jersey that I have. I love this thing. And this is meant to be a curse onto the 49ers. But let's get into this because we've got some stuff to talk about. And the first guy that we're going to talk about today is Trevor Lawrence, the prince that we never thought we wanted. And here he is. He got a big win against your Denver Broncos, Lauren. I call them your Denver Broncos because you've been beating the drum for them all year long. The big question that everyone's asking, and I'm going to throw it to you, Brandon, has Liam Cohen unlocked Trevor Lawrence? Number one. That's the first question.
Well, man, it looks like it.
Okay.
It looks like it since that 3 interception stinker he had in Arizona in overtime. This man has been rolling. He's got 10 touchdowns in the last 2 games. He's got 16 touchdowns in the last 5. So he's doing something good. I think Trevor's doing a great job of protecting the ball. I mean, we've never been a fan of this guy. We didn't know if he loved football or not, but he had a clip before they went out to play Denver where he had his guys huddled up and, he's talking some noise, pardon my language. He was like, who the F cares? Let's beat these guys. Let's fucking go. Like, it was just – his mindset seems a little different, and maybe Liam's tapping into that. Liam was a former coordinator for Baker Mayfield who researched his career in Tampa along with even with the Rams. He helped resurge Baker as well too, but also helped Sean McVay. So he's from that system. It's a very quarterback friendly system. He's utilizing all his weapons despite Travis Hunter not being there. I think a big help and support for him is Travis Etienne. I mean, he's really getting it done through receiving, and also Jacoby Myers. So he's been putting together a lot of good stuff. Now, they are a small market team, so we don't really talk about them as much, but you can't overlook them. They're sitting at 11-4 and number 1 in their division. Sky looks good for them right now. Sky's the limit.
I love that you brought up small market team, because we're gonna address that in just a second. Low, how do you feel about this Liam Cohen connection with Trevor Lawrence? Has Trevor Lawrence been quote unquote unlocked there for the Jaguars?
I gotta see it. I gotta see more of it from a good standpoint, because I've been telling people, like, since he got drafted, Trevor Lawrence is a generational talent. People they like to throw away that term. They like to throw it out there. There's a reason why he got paid pretty quickly, and he hasn't done anything, if I'm being honest. It's because he shows glimpses. He's 6'5". He is the prototype of what you want kind of at the quarterback position. He can move, but isn't known for his legs. You know what I mean? But he can go. I just see it as this is the first coach that he has actually opened up to. So I think it's vice versa. You know, as everyone's saying, like, oh, has he unlocked him? No, I think Trevor finally let someone else in. He's had how many coordinators and head coaches over his career period? It's been unstable. So I think there's some stability there. And Etienne is his guy, right? In college, that's his guy. So with them now finally having proper leadership, because I think that they're young men. Those guys aren't ready to lead an NFL team. They did it in college behind a great coach. So now, yeah, sure, is it tapped into? But I think it's a form of mutualism. I don't think it's a one-sided street. I think Trevor's unlocked some new capabilities, but I think he just kind of gave the coach access to some of those. So I'm loving it. T-Law this was the year. We called it, Tim. I don't know if knew he was around early when we did those picks in the season, but Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence were on make and break years for us. We called that. We said they had to have a good year this year, or else their careers could take a drastic turn. So both of those guys balling. So
all right, I'm going to go a different way. Trevor Lawrence, while having a good year, I went deep in the numbers. He's not having his best year yet. He's right now he's at 26 touchdowns. That ties a career high for him in a season. You assume he'll get more. He's about 700 yards away from surpassing his best season in yardage. He also does have 11 interceptions. But the biggest difference to me is this Jaguar defense. They're number 1 in stopping the run. And that's going to come up huge in playoffs, right? If you can stop the run, you can win football games in the NFL. And I think the Jaguars are proving that. I think Trevor Lawrence is, his production is lifted up a little bit because they are winning more games. But I think that has a lot to do with this defense and being able to finish out games, much like we're seeing with the Chargers and Justin Herbert, right? Justin Herbert now, everybody, we think Justin Herbert's great all of a sudden. Well, it's not all of a sudden. He's been this guy. He hasn't had any backup on the defense, and they haven't been able to run the ball. Now they can do both. The Jaguars are running the ball well. Defense is playing great. Liam Cohen definitely has his stamp on this team, and they're about to win that division and make a run in the playoffs, perhaps. We'll see how good they are. But to go on the road and win in Denver, guys, that's got to give you some confidence, right, going into the playoffs. So
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But what I would love to see from Trevor is just more high percentage completions. He's still 60%. I mean, if we're going to throw him in the elite category being unlocked, I need to at least see 64, I'm not ready to throw him in there. Best. I just think he's putting together a really good back end of the season, back stretch, after, like I said, getting in that overtime, but throwing those, 3 interceptions. He's been very consistent of taking care of the ball. And I think that stands out because in playoffs, you got to take care of the ball. And we haven't seen Trevor do it yet. So should be a big test for him here in the next coming games.
Well,
yeah, man, just double down on the coach, man. Give him a coach for more than 1 year.
Yeah, well, Liam Cohen saying all the right things. You had Sean Payton not saying the right things, once again putting his foot in his mouth, talking about small market team. They're a small market team, but somehow they're doing a good job. And then Coach Cohen comes out and says, well, for a small market team, wow, we should go get out there and get a win here in Denver. Lauren, how did you feel about the pregame comments from Sean Payton, who continues to belittle other teams, while Liam Cohen takes a little bit of a high road with a subtle dig after the game.
Not a high road. That is the ultimate jab, man. Hindsight's 2020.
So? Okay.
He doesn't get to talk crap after you won, because he would have had his mouth shut if Denver would have won. So I like Sean Payton. He's done this before. It makes it harder on Bo Nix, but that's almost what he wants. Get the adversity now. Similar to Patriots losing last week. Sean Payton's going to be right there to back his guys up. He said it because he believes in that team. Now it's tough with a quarterback like Bo Nix, because he might go play hero ball at that point. He might try to go do some things. So it's tough, and you're either the hero or you're not. So in this case, he'll have to eat his words a little bit. But anything post game, that doesn't count. You got to keep that same energy throughout the entire game, or else that doesn't really count, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't really get the market conversation. I mean, small market. I mean, they're still pulling from the NFL pool. Denver is not exactly a massive market. I mean, he's not coaching the Chicago Bears or the New York Giants here. So, Brandon, what did you make of Sean Payton once again opening mouth and inserting foot?
I don't look too much into it, man. It's just competition. I don't really look into much. I mean, they are a small market team, but it says that's respect, dude, not a slight. They are. And to be fair, none of us were talking about the Jaguars until now. They have never been on our segments outside of either somebody's Jaguars beating the Niners or beating the whoever, right? That's the only time we talk about them. So it's good that they're finally getting their respect. But at the same time, we've seen this type of Jaguars team before where they catch fire and then they go away. So can you just maintain it with a new coach? We'll see.
To me, it's that whole division, too. That whole division does this. They catch fire and they fade away. The C.J. Stroud year, the Jaguars. There's just not a consistent winner coming out of there.
Fair enough. I mean, the Texans, kind of on the outside looking in. That defense could still be dangerous.
Sean Payton has a dangerous team.
Let's talk about some important stuff right now, because Saturday night, the Chicago Bears went out, statement win at home versus Green Bay. Caleb Williams in overtime, long bomb to DJ Moore for the touchdown, even with offensive or defensive pass interference during that time. I want to know from each of you. My only question, Lauren, I'll go to you first. I don't know where I think we have a picture of a bear head we might be able to put up here somewhere, just because we love the Bears around here. At least I do. Lauren, do you believe after what you saw Saturday night? That's my question. You don't believe. I can't hear you anymore.
Sorry. Home field's going to help them. Home field's going to help them. So I don't know. Believe is a strong word. Like, there's help. There's help. So if you told me that this team was playing so-and-so in the first round, I would have to ask, is it at home? Because I don't trust them fully like that. At home has helped. They've had some crazy plays, good plays. I don't know, man. I'll go on an edge. I think no matter where they play, unless they got the bye, which I don't think they're getting it. They're gonna have a first round exit, man. I think they lose their first game in the playoffs. Sorry.
Even if it's in Chicago, even if they play the first game in Chicago, which right now they would. Right now they would.
That would depend on who they were playing. Who they're hosting. Because if they have to host, a 49ers, if they have to host a Rams, no. I think it's someone from that division. And any of those three teams, like the Seattle, I would say is the one they would beat. But Seattle's looking like they're not going nowhere.
Okay. Well, as of today, if the season were to end, the Bears, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, but the Bears would host the Green Bay Packers in that game. They would host the 7 seed, being the 2 seed, because Seattle would get the bye. So they would host the Packers again. I really don't want that to happen. I wish that something else could happen. I do not want to play the Packers again. Brandon, I kind of know your answer, but you were at the house Saturday. You kind of saw the Bears. I think I do. Do you believe in the Chicago Bears that they are a problem?
I don't.
Okay. See, I told you.
I don't. And I'll tell you why. It's your late game heroics. You shit the bed in the first 3 quarters. You can't move the ball past the 50-yard line. Now that everybody's in cushion defense, now you decide to complete pass to sustain drives and, oh, wait, make a play, right? Do you have the capability of going off when it's close? Yeah, you do. You do. That's a sign of a good team. I'm not saying you're not good, but I don't think this is sustainable. You're just too inconsistent at the quarterback position, man. No disrespect to Caleb, but I can't see a guy completing over 50%, barely over 50% of his passes and winning in big time playoff games. I mean, if he does, prove me wrong, but I think he heads up to Levi Stadium this week and we're going to see exactly what he's made of. And I know he's made of the right stuff. I'm not saying he's not good. He's a damn good player, but can you bore me with completions and sustained drives? And if you've yet to do that, except in the last 2 minutes of the game. Congratulations.
I can see that, man. I can see that on the playoff games don't go like this. How the ones he's playing right now, they don't go like that. No. You lose early if you can't capitalize early. So I'm with that.
I believe in the Chicago Bears.
And you ain't got no damn choice. Your other team out.
It's not as much about Caleb.
And I believe in the Patriots, and he believes in the Niners. So good job, man.
Listen, but it's not about that. Brandon will tell. I'm very fair whether I believe in a team or not, whether they're my team or not. The Bears I believe in because of two reasons, and it's not about necessarily Caleb, although he has proven that he can play in the clutch. So I love that about him. He does not 100%. Get rattled no matter what's happened. But the Bears can run the ball this year, and the Bears can certainly play defense this year. They're number one team in takeaways. If they can continue those two trends in the playoffs and especially get at least one game in Chicago, I feel very good that this Chicago Bears team can make a run. Now, you talked about San Francisco, so we'll get right into that. For me right now, San Francisco 49ers are one of the scariest teams in the league. That's why I have the jersey on, hoping to instill the Tim Jitsu curse upon the San Francisco 49ers. Because outside of one bad game, Brock Purdy has been on fire every single week. He's been under center. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. Kittle's a little banged up. I don't think it's serious, but he is a little banged up with an ankle. McCaffrey looks unstoppable. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball. They can play defense even with the laundry list of injuries that they've had on that side of the football. The 49ers look scary. Now, this game against Chicago coming up is a big one. All I want for the Bears is to keep it close. I want it to be competitive until the end of the game, win or lose. But if the Bears get blown out in this game on the road in San Francisco, where San Francisco and the Bears are both vying for that number one seed, my belief will shrink incredibly. But I look for the Bears to go out at Levi Stadium and prove to everyone, especially you, Brandon, that they are for real. And it's going to be one heck of a game Sunday night. We'll parlay this to you before we go to Brandon because it's his 49ers. Lauren.
Yeah.
How scary are the 49ers to you right now?
It's the terms. I'm not scared of the 49ers. I said this last week. They were going to do exactly what they did to the Colts. It was a great story you told about Philip, and I was all for it. But we knew what was going to happen. 5 was a little excessive. Purdy could have chilled out a little bit. 5 touchdowns on 25.
He was on fire.
It's nuts. Yeah, absolutely. He could have toned it back a little bit. Okay. But I will call out certain plays, man. Like the one early to Kittle could have changed the game. That's a pick. What that linebacker's doing, I have no idea. That should have been a pick. But great throw. Way to trust your tight end. Get him involved early. Set the pace for the rest of the game. What I don't see is how a Bears fan like yourself is talking about how you believe, but you expect them to go and just keep it close. No, the Bears to even get me to hope to start to believe in something, they got to win. If you can't beat the 49ers in Levi, which is where the road's looking like it goes through, if not there, a couple other places in that division, Caleb has to show up. He's got to throw more than 50 whatever percent he's throwing. He's going to have to run the ball like you're saying, and they're going to have to play defense. This is going to show you whether or not the Bears are for real or if they're just the leader of that division right now. Well, I don't know.
Keep in mind, not only do I think the Bears are for real, but the Bears are a year or two ahead of schedule right now. So we have to take that into account. That's why I'm not putting as much stock in the 49er game as you are, Lauren. But Brandon,
I disagree. I disagree on the ahead of schedule. They're not ahead of schedule. Caleb has to be signed soon, and there goes the money.
This is year 2 for Caleb and year 1 for a new coach.
He's a prima donna, and he will want the extension early. So just letting everybody know.
Okay. Well, they should pay him next year.
50% of his passes.
They should pay him next year. I'm all for it. Brandon, your 49ers are starting to look like the 49ers from years past when they've gone to Super Bowls. How confident are you? I won't use any other word outside of confident. How confident are you in your 49ers with the Bears coming into town and then maybe being able to grab up that number 1 seed?
I'm confident, and I'm just very calm about it because we're not supposed to be here, but here we are, right? So it just shows like how good our coaching is. This is probably the best coaching I've seen from Kyle Shanahan. He has Robert Saleh, who helps him as the assistant head coach, but you're just good at making adjustments now, and that's something that we lacked in the Shanahan era. Once it got away or where it was a shootout, we'd find a way to blow it. And so we're really starting to turn the corner. I think Brock Purdy is as sharp as he's ever been. He's seeing the game. He's really understanding, hey, I don't need to make the superhero throw. I can throw to the flats and let it do the work. 3 of his 5 touchdowns were in the flats. So don't forget about the fat chick in the flats, right? I think his ability to get in and out the pocket, he's displaying more confidence that the toe is now healed. And now we have 2 more games to win, and the road goes through Levi. There is no other way. It's 5 straight home games. So that should be motivated in itself. But I'm extremely confident that this group can get it done. But I'm also not going to be a super fanboy and say that the Bears can't walk in and upset us because they damn sure can. And also Seattle. But we just got to hold the line with what we're doing right now, because I think with what we're doing, it's special. It looks great. Even the defense is playing really well despite our 2 all-pro players gone, along with our first-round pick at D-line. So, man, it was just a good win. It was good to see everybody hitting on all cylinders, and that's what you want in December football.
Well, if you're gonna have home field and everything run through Levi, you're gonna have to win 2 essentially playoff games to get there, and it's gonna.
And you keep talking that, and I keep
telling
that's
you, you can't lose either one of those games.
Exactly, we can't lose, and we're already playing a team next week that yes, we have to beat. And then the next game, we play the Seattle Seahawks at home, a team we beat in the first game.
Dude, I hope the 49er locker room is as confident as you are.
They better be. Shit,
they're dropping one. They're dropping one.
They're dropping one.
They're dropping one.
They're going to drop one of those. These playoffs are not. These playoffs are going through Chicago or Seattle. They are not going to go through Levi. I don't see that happening.
Okay, guys, so we'll be back on here in the next 2 weeks, and Tim's energy will completely change, just like
after he saw the pregame.
You were talking so much shit on Saturday that when you came up and saw, I know, but when you came back, your energy completely shifted once we blew their ass out. Didn't I tell you it was going to happen? And I'll be on the show.
It's not Sunday, but I tell you right now, Caleb Williams is going to San Francisco looking for gold, and the 49ers are going to give it to him.
I can't wait for that. Lo, will you be?
But I'm upset. I'm more upset that Tim isn't behind his Bears right now. I feel like he kind of
because Tim knows the truth.
I am. But I'm also
knows the truth.
I'm also going to be a realist. I'm also going to be a realist.
If we get up by 21, we will suffocate them.
Look, that team looked really good last night. But I will say this, and this was quoted earlier from Bobby Lewis. So I'm going to quote.
You act like the Colts weren't one of the top teams before Daniel Jones got hurt.
I'm going to quote Bobby Lewis.
Daniel Jones is now hurt.
The Bears aren't the Colts, damn it. They're not the Colts.
Yeah, you're right. The Colts have been in the playoffs a lot more than y'all. You're damn sure right about that.
Get out of here. All right.
Bro, you just got good.
Let's move on to another team that one of us drools over, and that's Lauren Morales, Low, over here with the New England Patriots, who lose to the Bills, and then he's not going to like this narrative, narrowly escaped the Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson.
Win's a win.
Is there concern and fear in New England, Brandon Newey? Is there fear and concern in New England when it comes to the playoffs and these bigger games with Drake May?
You know, I don't think so. If anything, I think they answered the question. That's how I look at it. They were down. Things weren't looking good. And old Drake May came out and got it done. You know, last game efforts, he threw for over 380. So people who say he can't throw for over 300 yards, debunked. Say he can't throw for over 25 times, debunked, right? He's doing everything in his power to make things work and be efficient. Now, granted, he did throw a pick, but it happens. But the man is extremely efficient. Even though he lost his running back early with Henderson, they still picked up right where they left off. Understand Lamar Jackson's not in there. I don't know why they got rid of the run game with John Harbaugh. That's a fireable offense. Luckily, he coaches there for like the past 15, 20 years. But I think this answered it. can they come back and battle when times are tough? And they did, because they blew it last week, right? This week they answered the bell. So to me, the questions are answered. All they got to do is just take care of business, and they'll upset anybody in the AFC playoffs. They're just a complete team.
Anybody? Well,
that's not to jock your team. I just know what I see.
All right,
and I know how Vrabel operates, because the Titans were like that.
I would listen. If I'm a Patriots fan, I'm nervous.
Why?
I'm nervous because you barely beat the Ravens without the best player. You lost to Buffalo at home after beating them in Buffalo. But to me, the best team in the AFC right now looks to be the Buffalo Bills, and they have a shot to actually make everything go through Highmark. And the last thing the New England Patriots want, need, can have is to have to go to Highmark Stadium, because that's not a game they can win in the playoffs, in my opinion. So if I'm a Patriot fan, I'm sorry, Lo, I'm a little nervous about these bigger games. And again, I'll say for the Patriots what I said about the Bears. The Patriots are ahead of schedule to me. They're a year or two maybe ahead of where they should be, but we actually could see, I'll go back to like a month ago when I said we could see Super Bowl 20 rematch 40 years later. We could get Bears, Patriots at Levi, which would be, that would be something to see. But Lo, I'm nervous for you.
Dude, you said a lot there, and first thing you said is if you're a Patriots fan. Thank God you're not, because this is what Bears fans do. Bears fans are nervous about their team going into So no, we'll scratch that. Newsy, I can listen to you talk all day, because you said everything that I've been kind of like reiterate, right? They're checking the boxes.
Become friends.
We've been able to check a box every week with Drake May. Yeah, last week we didn't, but while you're saying that they're missing the best players, Milton Williams has been out for 6 weeks. Will Campbell and the guard that we have, 2 starting alignment out for the last 3 weeks, right? No excuses. And I'm sorry, Baltimore, you looked better with Snoop at quarterback. Then that's because the offense ran how it was supposed to. But you're right, the run game disappeared. Why? Because we're poking that thing out every time they try to run the ball.
Lamar's hurt.
Derrick Henry, and he's banged up. Sit him down. He should have never played. You heard it, right? You looked better with Snoop. You should have ran Snoop all game, but we know how that would have went. I get trying to go out there and will your team to a win, but hey, we had the Baltimore native, Stephon Diggs. He had them boys fired up. 10 targets, 9 catches. Woo! Yeah. So, I don't feel nervous at all. We checked the box. Drake May was down. It should be a Brady moment, but I'm not going to throw him in there because there was a little bit more time left. But, man, he was down. He led a clean drive, long drive, dumped it in there. He handled business. I like the response. It's still the Baltimore Ravens. I'll take the win, whether Lamar's in or out. And, again, the secondly, there's no road to a hallmark, whatever the hell they call that.
It's not, what the name of the stadium is. Don't play games.
They're tearing it down. I don't even know what it's called anymore. We own that place, but we gave it back to them because they kind of wanted it back when they came to Gillette. So anyway, I see them running through Denver and being handled before they even get to us. There's no way. We play the Dolphins and the Jets the next 2 weeks, bro. So I'm not really we're going to coast. We're going to have 14 wins. The Bills have to play the Jets as well. You can count that one up. But your boy, I think Justin Herbert comes to town to play the Bills. If I'm correct, I have to double check that.
Check that. I'm not sure about that. What you're saying?
The Bills could have an easy week, but I know it's just the Jets. I don't think they have another tough.
They do not play the Chargers.
Oh, they play the Eagles. I'm sorry, they play the Eagles, and the Eagles are going to handle business. Yeah, they're going to handle business.
They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Take down Josh.
They're not.
How do you not believe the Eagles, man?
This is the year of the Bill.
He just doesn't.
You've been saying this for 4 years. This is the year of the Bill. I don't think they can keep up, man.
All right. Well, we're gonna find out. I look for the Bills to beat the Eagles. We'll talk about.
They barely beat the Browns.
You look for the Bills to do everything, Tim.
I do. I look for them to do it all. Christmas, holiday, New Year. It's a magical time. So we're gonna have some fun real quick with this one. And I hate to do this at Gardner Minshew's expense. He did not tear his ACL, by the way, Gardner Minshew. He has, let me read this, a non-displaced tibia plateau fracture. Whatever the hell that means. Something's broke.
It's worse. It's worse.
Oh, geez. So here's the question. You got 2 weeks left in Kansas City. You're rolling out a rookie. I don't even know if he's a rookie. I don't know what his name is. I know I couldn't pronounce it when I looked it up. You're rolling out a guy nobody knows in Kansas City. The Colts went and picked up a veteran. They got Phillip Rivers in the house, 44 years old, looks like he should be playing right tackle, but he's out there slinging the rock. So my question is this. Lo, we'll start with you. It's fantasy land time. It's a magical time. If you're Kansas City, give me one veteran quarterback that is currently not playing that you would go out and grab for the next 2 weeks just to keep it interesting.
I mean, you're talking about keeping it interesting at this point.
Now,
so,
let me keep in mind, this player, no matter how old or young, magically can still play football. You can choose anybody. Give me a veteran that you're pulling into Kansas City for the last 2 weeks. Who would you like to see come on out?
Who would I like to see?
Like, are we talking about overall, like, generation?
Yeah, because I'm kind of tempted. Am I being realistic? Because if not, what's the show about, man? I want to see Tom Brady. I want to see Tom Brady come to the Kansas City Chiefs and launch some things. But, yeah, I know we won't get that, so let me be a little bit more reasonable. What's Nick Foles doing? I wouldn't mind watching Nick Foles. He is a distributor of the ball. He fits in there. I don't know, but definitely bring out an old guy. Yeah, not one of these young guys that already got sent packing. Like, bring an old guy because I'm liking the Phillip Rivers. Yeah, Kurt Warner. Where's Kurt Warner? Where's the greatest show on turf? I don't know.
Brandon, who are you bringing into Kansas City for 2 weeks? Anybody you want. 2 weeks. That's all we got.
Do they know the offense? Do they got familiar?
Man, they're geniuses. These are old veterans. You can't fool them. You heard, speaking of that, did you guys hear Phillip Rivers calling plays at the line of scrimmage last night? Was that the most incredible thing that you guys heard in years? Because it was for me.
Long time.
You don't hear anybody doing that.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Okay.
I'm gonna say a guy who just knows the offense, who is who I still can probably think and put the cleats on and get it done. Give me Big Ben.
Oh, Ben Roethlisberger.
Give me Big Ben. He ain't really.
Bigger Ben.
He was still decent.
Bigger Ben.
Kind of a
bigger
guy.
Okay.
The biggest Ben. He would definitely be big. Right.
I'm going to kind of do what you did, Lauren. I would have said Tom Brady. Obviously that would be illegal because he owns part of the Raiders. I want to see Dan Marino strap it up one last time and see what he can do. Just come out and sling the ball. He said he could throw for 6,000 yards in today's game. I want to see it
easily.
So, come on, get
Troy Aikman still looks like
divide 6,000 by 17. If he beats that average in one game, I'll believe him.
That's right. Now, if we're going to be a little bit more realistic, find a guy that can actually play in Andy Reid's offense. There's one call I'm making. It's Michael Vick coming off the couch to come out there and play point guard for the Kansas City Chiefs one time.
One more time.
I would love to see that. Okay, that was fun. I don't think they're going to go pick up anybody, but that was fun. Anyway, I'm glad that none of the usual suspect names were thrown out there, a.k.a. like a Cam Newton.
I was going to throw Cam in there.
Oh, God. I might have had to shut the whole show down. We might have the show might have exploded.
Cam Newton, man.
Because the last time we saw him in New England, balls were bouncing to receivers. I don't want to see that.
Last time we saw in New England, he lit it up in Seattle, too. What are we talking about?
I don't remember that. Do you remember that, Lo? You're a New England fan. Did he light it up in Seattle? I don't remember that.
He did.
Anyway, speaking of things we don't want to see, we've got a whole Christmas Day schedule that nobody wants to watch anymore.
At all.
Let's talk about it briefly and go through this.
Like a second.
Cowboys play the Washington Commanders early in the day. That's in Washington. Neither team is playoff eligible. This game is going to be absolute trash to watch. I have to watch it as a Cowboys fan, but I really don't want to. Next up, the Lions are at Minnesota. This game would have been interesting if J.J. McCarthy was playing because the Lions are still eligible to make it into the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy's not going to play. There's something wrong with his hand. I don't think he's playing, at least right now. It's still questionable. So you've got this other dude, number 12, coming out to play for Minnesota. The Lions will probably win this game, and they are still alive. Somehow they have not been mathematically eliminated yet. And here's the last game of the night, and I think we all agree we would have tuned into this game a couple of weeks ago. But now, with Kansas City being eliminated and Patrick Mahomes with a torn ACL, Gardner Minshew's not even playing, the Denver Broncos travel to KC in a matchup that all I can say about all these games is trash. Trash, trash. Games I don't even really want to tune into. Lauren, is this Christmas Day schedule kind of give you like a grump, like a grump mood? What's the Grinch? Is this kind of a Grinch move by the NFL?
It's Christmas. I'll take whatever, I guess. Any football I could get on Christmas, I'll have to take. We didn't used to have it, right? There was no Christmas game, so
right.
We'll have to take what we can. And as far as it is what it is. You plan these out, I'm assuming, with hopes. Jane Daniels and Dak Prescott for the division.
Right.
That didn't happen. Lions versus Minnesota, possibly for the division. That didn't happen. And KC, I'm not going to put them because I like them. They had injuries, or else this would have been, maybe a little different. I have no clue, but it'd been cool, right? KC hunting a wild card game and Denver battling for top seed of the division. That'd have been even cool a couple weeks ago. But I'll take any football on Christmas, I suppose. And your boy McCarthy was about this close away. Actually, it was a bogus flag that from being in the juice, by the way. A pick six was in the red zone. Oh, it happened. I don't know if you watched. It happened. There was no flag. But, we'll let him live. He lived to fight another play.
Anyway, all right. Fair enough. Brandon, I'll bring it to you now. The only game that I look at to be surprising or could be fun to watch is if Kansas City and Andy Reid somehow were to pull out a miracle and beat the Denver Broncos. That would be, I think, awesome for America, and I think Lauren would very much enjoy that. Brandon, are you looking forward to any of these games at all?
Not at all. Not looking at one. In fact, I'm probably more interested in the Sheridan Hawaii Bowl that's on Christmas Eve than probably watching this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Basketball.
Just saying.
Basketball
You got some basketball games. Probably gonna watch the Lakers, obviously, but these games are. They don't mean anything. If you're a gambler on Prize Picks, this could be some great opportunities for you because I do see some good numbers being produced out of all of these games. So especially from a Lions and Cowboys and Denver perspective. So you probably want to tune into that. But other than that, man, just freaking enjoy the Christmas. These games are
hot take for the Kansas City game.
I wish they'd have shuffled these games around a little bit real quick, like seeing it within like the last 3 weeks. Obviously, Pat Mahomes versus Bo Nix would have been gold. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So, yeah, this is going to be kind of lame.
Hey, hot take. You're getting Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt for the Chiefs, and they're running Wildcat all game. Andy Reid's cooked up an offense.
He's going to put together something.
Rasheed Rice is back, I believe. I hope.
Yeah.
He'll play some quarterback a little bit here and there. Who knows, man? Maybe he'll have some fun. Who knows? Maybe Andy Reid goes into his bag. I
doubt it, but maybe. All right, we have the playoff picture up next, but we're not going to go to that right away because, Lo, I know that you are on a tight schedule. If Brandon and I have to go through the playoff picture without you, we can. So I want to get into the awards so you can give out your awards today. I think that would be more important to you as well. So we're going to start with On Fire, just a little bit off. And Lo, we'll start with you. I'm not going to say who you have. You say who you have. I put it in the script this morning, but you had a quarterback on fire, and I'm going to hand it over to you, sir. On fire. Oh, we can't hear you.
Sorry.
Now we can hear you.
It informed me. Yeah, producer informed me. Sorry. You actually had stole mine. I was going Joey B with the rough thing, but I'm gonna let you have him for sure because you were quick to jump on it. By the way, you were quick. I thought he was leading the way today. So you caught me a little off guard, but man, I went with your boy Justin Herbert. Man, he came in and did what he's supposed to do against the Dallas Cowboys. Sure, it was expected. But I'm going to give credit where credit's due. 23 for 29, a clean 300. Knew what he was doing. Got the 2 touchdowns, and did it quietly in a 34-17 win. Sure, Cowboys are beat up, but he ran the ball 8 times for 42 yards and a touchdown as well, which we've seen more of his run game this year. On a make-or-break year for Herbie, man. Way to get on fire right before the playoffs, man. Love to see it. Love to see it, especially against the team that I hate the most, Dallas Cowboys. Love it.
Yeah, it was ugly. Herbert put on a show, as you might expect that he would, and Dak could not keep up as we expect he would not be able to. Nui, I'll come to you. I know you had a guy that you picked. I don't know if you might have switched that name since last
I switched it.
Everybody knows he had picked the Prince himself, Trevor Lawrence, but last night, I knew as I was watching the game, Nui's on fire selection is definitely changing.
You knew it happened.
Man, your boy BP, man. Come on in, Brock Purdy. Welcome back. He has been on an absolute tear. He is the first 49ers quarterback in 34 years to throw for 5 touchdowns or more. So kudos to you, Brock. You had a great game. You are the highest rated passer in the league since coming back. 25 of 34, 73% completion, 295 in the air, averaging 8.7 per pass. Man, we're hitting on all cylinders, and a confident Brock is a scary Brock. And so I love what I'm seeing. Just continue to take care of the ball. You have that one pick at the end, got a little happy in that single high safety. Dude, just take care of the ball. Let's check it. Let's run. Let's get out of there. Let's get out of there unscathed. You know, I think what he's doing is impressive. It's very impressive. Just continue to do what you're doing. Like, let's not try to be Superman on Sunday. Just do you. Okay. It looks great. He's playing at a very high level. He's actually right now on pace for being the highest passer rated, like, since he started. I mean, it's actually a scary, dramatic increase. And I'll show you guys those statistics. I wish I had the actual analytical chart, but man, he's playing at a high level. Game manager, playmaker, whatever you want to call him, he's getting it done. He's got a 6-game win streak, and the road goes through Levi. We got 2 more games to get it done, and we got 5 more games in Levi, so we don't have to go anywhere. So hey, just take care of business and do what you do best, bud.
I love how you're counting all those chickens before they're hatched.
I'm not counting the chickens. I'm just putting it in front of us. We got to take one game at a time. We're not getting overcocked. Like, we're not supposed to be here, Tim. We had over 100 injuries this year on the roster.
I don't think the injuries are an excuse for the 49ers.
But here we are.
Because you have Shanahan.
Sounds like it. I mean, I like how Brock.
But when we had injuries last year, we were 6-10, low, or 6-11. What were we talking about?
You went and got depth. You went and got,
it's called adjustment. A great draft. Adding Robert Sala.
If you didn't sign Mac Jones in the offseason, you wouldn't be in this position.
You wouldn't be here.
Thank you, Mac Jones. Thank you.
Thank you.
We love you. Maybe
all right,
Minnesota and help them out because McBuns can't get it done.
Yeah.
Well, how did JJ McCarthy come up in the conversation?
What's better than a purple 9?
Mac Jones is our MVP.
A
this
10.
Year.
What's better than 9?
That's our MVP, Mac Jones.
There you go. Mac
Jones got us there.
MVP
he got us in a position to thrive. Now, granted, we have a weaker schedule. I get it, but we can't help who we play, just like the Patriots. They can't help who they play. We just knock down who's in front of us. And up next, the Bears.
I'm going to sing the song. If the Bears beat the 49ers, I'm singing the song on the show.
They might.
I'm singing the song on the show.
I wouldn't be surprised, but if you can't, I'm telling you, Tim, if this kid is locked in, it's going to be hell on wheels to stop.
Actually, let's go further. I want to bet on this game. And I want to say that if the Bears win this game, you, Brandon Newey, have to sing the Bears fight song on this program. Sure. That's what I want to see. Yes. I want to see it. I'll even give you a Bears jersey to wear.
All right, I got one.
I need you to break out in nothing but Niner gear. And
Newey, do him one better. Do him one better, bro. Make him. If the Bears go and the Niners whoop them, Tim, you need to come on here with your nails painted like Caleb Williams.
Oh, I need some red nail paint.
That's doable, except I will tell y'all my wife's going to be out of town, so who's going to paint my nails? I mean,
you'll have to get effort. Caleb does his own, okay?
How do I take the paint off if I paint them? How
I think alcohol, right? Like rubbing alcohol?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Nails before. All right.
Have you ever been in a nail salon with like your girl and it just
Can't I just wear a Packer jersey if the 49ers win? I have a Packer jersey in my closet.
Or make him buy a Caleb.
I love this idea.
I already bought a Caleb.
Your nails red and gold. Okay. At least paint one hand.
One hand, red and gold. Oh,
red and gold.
Buy red and gold.
And put BP once it dries. Put BP.
I'm not putting. Now you're doing too much. Should I get some glitter too? And yeah, you're doing too much. All right, I'm gonna give you my on fire pick. I can't wait to hear Brandon Newey sing the Bears fight song on the QB Huddle podcast. My on fire pick is a guy that must have listened to our show because we talked bad about him. We left him out there for dead. We thought he was going to retire a couple weeks ago, but Joe Burrow is back with a vengeance. 25 for 32, 309, 4 TDs, a 146 QBR, and a 45-21 win over the hapless Miami Dolphins. I understand that, but it's good to see Joe Burrow out there having fun again. Like I thought, obviously something was going on. We forget they're humans sometimes, but Joe Burrow, he went out there and said, I'm not done. I know we don't have anything to play for, but watch this. And absolutely put on a show. Love that for Joe Burrow to come back. I have to think everybody here likes for Joe Burrow to do well, but Brandon Newey's face tells me no.
He's soft, bro. I can't get behind a dude that damn soft.
That's terrible. All right. Well,
I need battle commanders, man. I don't need no softness.
I give you your credit. You can play like
300 yards.
Great.
Otherwise.
You can do that. But listen to your attitude when times are bad.
Times are still bad. Times are still bad. There's no playoffs.
Yeah, I think you just wanted more of a vocal hoorah type stuff, but he hasn't been there playing all year. There's nothing to hoorah and go about after a goose egg against the Ravens. So he gave the media exactly what they wanted to hear. It's just different for Joe Burrow to take that route. But I think it's because he's not playing football, man. He's not playing football. And now he's finally playing, and he got 2 L's. So it's tough, man. It's tough. Maybe something mentally, but I don't think anything's going on. I think it's a sorry year after a sorry year, and a lot of it is because he's injured. I know you can't help injuries, but man, watch the full interview. Joey's not bad.
So you're saying that after the Ravens blowout, I'm looking at more of it from the first interview that he did before that game.
That's one right before.
Yeah, that
one right before.
I'm
that's
sorry,
tough
man.
because
the guy
he
in
lost.
A foxhole, man, and he just doesn't seem like a guy in a foxhole. I don't see that.
He was though. He was on a Brady tear, Brady moment drive, and he throws a pick down at the 5 that he essentially threw right to the guy when he played Buffalo. So he's pretty upset. Things aren't going his way, man. That's all.
He's a great player. I hope he gets some help. Go gets a girlfriend, find some love. Then we get the Joey B. Fashion icon walking in the press conference with his Cartier shades and his mink coat. Like that's the guy I need, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't need the guy sulking, whoa, it's me, after I'm making $60 million a year.
Understood. I don't agree. Hey, we gotta give a shout out because for the first time in QB Huddle history, we have a donation made to our show from Sam Hall-M1P. So thank you, Sam Hall-M1P, for your donation to our show and for watching the show, becoming a QB Huddler. Make sure to go to our YouTube page and subscribe, as we are now part of, if we haven't mentioned it earlier, the Fan Stream Sports family. And we are so happy to be here and doing this show. Joe Burrow is on fire. That's the bottom line. And Brandon wants him to get laid. I'm all for that. Let's go, Joey B. Go get you some Christmas coochie and have a great day. Let's talk about players that were not so good this week because we had a few of them. I do not want to start because it's going to hurt my soul to do this one. Lo, I'm going to let you start because essentially I feel like you'll be canceled after this. So go ahead and give me who your garbage juice quarterback was this week. And God help you for the fallout. Please go. Can't hear you. You're muted. See, the universe is already muting you off this.
You see that? I did recognize that. And yeah, man, this was a tough one for me and a tough one for the Shedeur Sanders world. But I'm with you, man. This is a garbage juice that, tell you what, Lowe's going to pull you out. I'm going to help pull you out. Shedeur, you played bad. I got to call a spade, and you'll respect me for it. We've had interactions. Not going to say that you know me, but you shopped with me in Dallas for over 2 years, okay? I know your pedigree. This isn't you. You wanted to show out against Josh Allen and the Bills. The game was close, like I said, but you had possibly one of your lowest QBR, one of your lowest ratings in it, with 2 sacks, 2 picks, sub 160. You look like Dylan Gabriel out there a little bit. 20-29. You did hurt your finger. Wrap it up. You got back out there. I love that. But this is a game that you would want me to. Shedeur would want me to put him in the garbage juice because he's better than this. This was a big game. He knows he should have showed up a little bit more behind the defense who did their damnedest. Josh Allen was banged up. The opportunity was there, and Shedeur didn't capitalize on it. This was hard for me, but you're in the garbage juice with 2 picks, 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, and sub 200 yards, man. You won't see another performance. That might go down one of his lowest yards. 20-29, but you're there. I didn't like the sack. So sorry, Shedeur. Get up out of there. Dust yourself off. I know you got some fancy cologne. Spray that on there to cover up the garbage juice. But this week, you're in there, man. You're in there.
Woo! I'm shocked. You just cut a promo. It sounds like the watch might have been broken this weekend. I mean, we saw what we got after 1 week of practice. Now we saw what we get out of 5 weeks of practice. It's not getting a whole lot better. So what happens with 6 weeks of practice? I guess we'll see this week. By the way, Quinn Ewers played this week. He could have been in the garbage juice, but he only had 1 week of practice. So fair is fair. So we didn't put him in there.
See my consistency there?
I do. Hey, look, Shador's an NFL quarterback. He's going to be an NFL quarterback for a long time. We understand that. Everybody takes a turn in the garbage juice. And in fact, we have another guy that's going to make his first entrance into the garbage juice. And you know what? I have to agree with it as much as I like this guy, but I'm going to hand it off to you, Brandon, because you got another rookie that's going straight up in there.
Mr. Jackson Dart, get your ass in here. All right. 7 of 13, 33 yards, 1 pick, 5 sacks, a QBR of 4.7. Did he get injured? What are we doing? Did he get injured?
I didn't see him get hurt. The 13 throws
wasn't there, man. He had the chain, he had the turtleneck, he had his Braveheart, marking on. What happened, man? We can't get embarrassed like that at the crib, especially with a backup quarterback after JJ gets hurt. Now, he's been good. He's been solid this year, right? He's been solid, very serviceable. He's given New York a little bit of a spark, right, going into next year. But man, let's finish strong. We can't have that. We got to keep you healthy. I'm shocked to see that he only had 7 yards on the ground. That's like his biggest skill set. So, man, just wasn't a good game. It's not too much to look into, but he knows he's got to get better. I mean, everybody knows he's got to get better. Hopefully he can stay out of the damn tent because he's been in the tent like 10 times this year.
Yeah, he's been in the tent more. He's been.
So we got to clean that up. Hopefully this gets to this kid. I love his fire. He's a former USC guy. I'm always root for those SC quarterbacks, but man, just find a way to keep yourself healthy and sustain drives and get this organization turned back around because they do believe in you. So that's just really my take. I would have thrown Quinn under there, but man, Quinn hasn't been given enough time to really put him in the garbage juice. But man, Jackson Dart, bring your ass in here, man. I need you to get out of it real quick, though. Real quick. You're on my fantasy team now. I picked you in my fantasy dynasty.
He deserves to be in there. 5 sacks, Nuhi. That's why he only had 7 yards, because every time he tried to get out of there, the film is slowly coming out on this guy.
Yep.
And these last few weeks, it's showing.
Yep.
I don't know if he's the future. I've said it. I've been on people called me haters on him all year long. I don't like it. He's done nothing. His antics are left and right. Sure, they had one good run, but what bothered me is when you get up on there on the stand, and I'm a runner. I was a runner, right? I had to change. I learned that I had to change depending on where you're at.
Well, it's because you got older and slower. But yeah, changed.
Right, but that's what happens in the NFL. You think you don't get older and slower. You go to the NFL where these sure, SEC, I get it, but the NFL's the next jump, cream of the crop. He's 6'5", he runs a 4.5, and he's 260. Yep, that's the starting DN. Much less your safety is only a couple inches shorter and 20-pound slider. He's got to learn, and I don't like the ability not to change. He's giving me Justin Fields vibes, okay? So that's just what I'm saying.
Justin Fields with a bigger personality.
Yeah, and I'm not a Dart in a bigger market, right? In a bigger market. So I don't know. We'll see if they get behind him. I think there could be some movement.
I think for him, man, it's just getting rid of the ball on time. And that's just like with these young rookies and some veteran quarterbacks. They hold on to the ball too long. They take unnecessary sacks. You've got to get rid of it. You got to learn to fight another play. It's okay. It's okay if you throw the ball away, right? It's okay if you have an incompletion, but we got to be able to sustain drives. And with them not being able to sustain drives like I thought they would be under this type of style of play, because this is how the quarterback is changing now. Of course, we had some nostalgia experience with Phillip Rivers last week. We're like, hey, that's what Peyton Manning used to do. That's what Brady used to do. That's what Drew Brees used to do. That's what Tony Romo used to do. So all of these guys, like, I need them to clean this shit up, because 2 and 10, 20% on third down. Come on, dude. Come on. We've got to sustain drives, guys. And it's been some of the worst NFL quarterback play I've seen in a long time, man.
It's also the youngest, Nuhi. I bet you this is one of the youngest quarterbacks, like total quarters played by rookies. I bet you it's a lot, or even first and second year. Man, yeah. It's sad.
They got to get better at it, and I feel
they're gone. They need time.
They all need time. A lot of time. I think the only true pocket quarterback they have is Tyler Show and the kid out of New Orleans and Shador Sanders. I think those are the only two that can actually sit there and throw the ball on time. Everybody else is running with a chicken with their head cut off every time.
I like Ewers' mechanics this past week.
Ewers is nice. It's
I like, but we know that's his game. Stand there, 1-2,
stand there, quick RPO, quick hits. That's what he does. And in this offense with Mike, I think that's good.
It could work. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. Tua is $100 million. He is starting next year, but I think Ewers is the guy to be the backup for sure.
I think they're gonna forfeit that contract, man. I think they're gonna pull a move just like they did with Russell Wilson and eat that cap. I'm telling you, won't shock me.
Tua probably shouldn't play any more football, but I'm with you on Jackson Dart. One thing really bothered me is that somebody ripped off his, seemingly $250,000 chain, which he then picked up, rolled into a ball, and threw onto the sideline. Didn't hand it to anybody.
I told you, Tim, it's not real.
Well, you shouldn't be playing with a damn chain anyway, unless it's like one of these little joints.
Yeah, I hope it's not real. I hope it's not real because that made me wonder where his common sense is. Maybe
you're a quarterback,
right? I've got a veteran. You guys both had rookies.
Trying to be like Shador.
It's okay.
I've got a veteran.
Everybody wants to be like Shador. Cool. Dude.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. This makes me sad. And the Buccaneers are not dead yet, but they're slowly thinking they could still plug it. They could still get themselves into the playoffs. But Baker Mayfield, 18 for 26, 145, 1 touchdown, but he had the late game interception in a moment to where they had the ball with well over a minute left. I think there was more than 2 minutes left. They had a chance to go down there and at least kick another field goal, tie the game going to OT, or win the game, and Baker throws the interception. It was a game that was hard to watch. Baker struggled throughout the day. The whole team has seemed to regress. I know they went through some injuries, but they've got people back, and it just didn't look good. Meanwhile, Carolina did what they had to do, and they win the game. Even though, again, I thought Baker had a shot to get him in there, and the late game interception. That's why I throw you in there, because we expect more from Baker Mayfield. We expect that drive. He had never lost to the Carolina Panthers before Sunday, and he's not able to make the drive. So what is this? I don't know what this is. Are you celebrating? Is that what that is?
I called it.
You did call
it.
Did. You called it.
And I said they'd go toe to toe, and Bryce Young would be the one to come out on top. Call. That's what made me sad. That's what made me sad for Baker.
Well, folks,
Brandon Baker.
They got to do it again. They got to do it again in Week 18. And here's the interception that Baker threw late in the game, and it's just a bad one.
I just think that was also just miscommunication on both of them. That's what that looked like. He's running an in-breaking route. They're playing on the – because if you look at the watch here, they're trailing. All he had to do was step out. I understand why he threw the ball. It's just – it's unfortunate that would happen at that time.
Oh, at that time, because look, I mean, they're not far from a field goal opportunity to go ahead and tie the thing up, and it just now there's 40 seconds left. The game is over. Bryce Young has done his job, and we're going to parlay this right into Brady moment. And I'll parlay.
I see you didn't want us to talk about him, did you?
I mean, you can. Do you want to talk about him?
Look, this is one of my favorite players, and I became an OU fan because of Baker Mayfield. I grew up in Oklahoma my whole life and never liked him until Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
But this is who he is, and we have to acknowledge it. It's unfortunate. Yeah. This is who he is. He lives by the gunslinger mentality, man. And I will tell you, Baker, what has Baker won? Baker's never won anything besides the Heisman.
He hasn't won much yet.
Okay, so we're just going to call it what it is. As good of a player he has got to find a way to elevate his team in the back end of the year. We were talking about the first 2 quarters of the season, that this is Baker Mayfield. This is the MVP season. He's throwing the guys that, just are free agents and guys off the bus, and he's still making plays happen. Okay, when we get in the back end of the stretch, especially the 4th quarter of the season, a.k.a. December football, I need you at your best. I can't have you throwing under 200 yards a game, man. I just can't. I need you to be serviceable. And right now, it's just looking like maybe that injury is hurting him a little bit, as far as he's had some shoulder injuries in the past, one that he created. But this is who Bake is, man. And if we're going to ride with him, we're going to ride with him. I mean, this is what you get.
So that part right there, Nuhi, I want to touch on that part right there. You know what's injured? You know what's injured? Baker's ego. That's what's hurt. He went from MVP talks all week 1 through 8, whatever MVP, but then it started fading away. He got bumped out of Tim's tower, right? He got surpassed by a whole bunch of passing leaders. He got everything started fading, and as that goes, Baker's energy goes. There's no one to give him the energy. He makes his own. He's that guy on the team. So I didn't see it. I saw a different number 6. You can go back to the other image if you want to. Red 6, blue 6, didn't matter. Dark Baker, it was not good. And you let Make-A-Wish get rid of that name, and he's now Make-A-Wish.
He's
Make-A-Wish.
It's called make a play. He's called make a play.
Snatched that division he just snatched that division.
The division's not
plays.
The division is not snatched, as you say, just yet. They will meet again in 2 weeks in Tampa, and we're going to find out. And we're going to find out who wants it, because right now I'm with you. I'm excuse me. I owe this to Bryce Young because I have been very hard on him. I do call him Make-A-Wish. He does look like he's 12 years old, and he does look like he doesn't belong out there most times, just in his stature alone. But he has been doing great, and I've got to give him a Brady moment this week, even though it's a little unconventional, because as we just saw there, Baker Mayfield did have a chance to do it. But I got to give credit to Bryce Young because he's been playing a lot better as of late. He was 21 for 32 this weekend, 191, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. That's huge. With a little time left, he ties up the game is tied. Just over 3 minutes to go in the game. It's 20-20. He hits a 6-yard pass, but then he hits a big 34-yard pass on 3rd down, 3rd and 4. That allows the Panthers then to get a couple run plays. They do have the incompletion on 3rd down, but then they kick the field goal to take the lead with just a little over 2 minutes left, I believe, maybe 1:30, something like that. You saw there that the game was ended with an interception with 40 seconds left. But I have to give credit to Bryce Young because this is a home game, which no one really thought the Carolina Panthers could get it done in a game in which they needed it to stay alive and propel themselves to the playoffs. And now they've made it a 2-game season for themselves between them and the Buccaneers. Hats off to Bryce Young for what he was able to do. That's all I can say about it. It was fantastic. So I'm happy to see him have success. Either one of you have anything to add on to Bryce Young and his Brady moment this weekend?
I just think, man, he's cerebral when he has to be. I think he's matured in a lot of ways. I think this coach has truly helped him. Baker used to have the same coach there in Tampa, so he resurrected his career, and he's also really resurrecting Bryce's career. I think the ability to sit behind Andy Dalton, and Andy Dalton had a few good games, serviceable games, but having a good vet in the room really helps his maturity process. He's getting rid of the ball. He's not taking unnecessary sacks. He's extremely slippery, and we're starting to see the Bryce Young that we saw in Alabama. That's what he's starting to really just get settled in. And, man, if he takes care of his body and really learns how to get rid of the ball on time and continues to work with those young receivers, he's going to be dangerous in that division. Dangerous, because there's nobody that wants to take the division right now. There's nobody just say, hey, this is my division always and forever. It's up in the air.
Something right there. He's navigating the NFL, man. He learned how to navigate the NFL. He's settling in. And for me, Tim, I'm sorry. You don't get to say he doesn't look like he belongs, any of that anymore, because he just literally showed that he belongs on the epitome of who we say defines the NFL quarterback position, right? You want a Baker. That's what you want. You want a Baker. We had a long talk on this a couple days ago off camera or last shows about how Baker's this, Baker's that. He just out Bakered Baker in Tampa.
I agree.
That's why I'm with you. This guy belongs, though. He gave him a lot of shit, and this guy belongs in the NFL, and he stamped it, and I won't say nothing about it no more. But now, if you play bad, no more excuses. Like, you're here. Yep. You're in the NFL. You belong. Let's be consistent. Yeah. They're young. They could take that division. You're right, Newey.
And I want to shout out my young quarterback, Aiden. He probably won't see this, but Aiden has been preaching Bryce Young ever since he was a rookie. And I'll be like, dude, stop. I'm going to give you your credit, young bull. I'm going to give you your credit. He's starting to really settle down. And one thing I like about Bryce, it's good, bad, or indifferent. He has the same expression. He doesn't wear his feelings on his sleeve, similar to Baker. He's very calm, and collected. Knows how to operate the offense. Knows how to take care of the ball, despite having some. He'll throw some picks out there, but man, that was a big game for them to win, and he's proven it right now. So continue up, young bull. Keep going.
Yeah, he did good.
Congrats on your Brady moment.
Lo, before you have to leave, I don't know if you'll get a chance to go through playoffs with us or not, but you had a Brady moment, and we're gonna try to decide who deserves it more if we're narrowing it down to one. But you have a guy that you want to spotlight in Brady moment. I want you to be able to do that before you have to leave us.
Yeah, we talked about Sam Darnold, right?
That's what we're talking about. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he didn't play well. This was the tough part. He did not play well in the game with 2 picks, 4 sacks. But when you came down to it, you went toe-to-toe, and you beat Matt Stafford, who people are calling the MVP. He's in the talks. I don't have the rundown in front of me, Tim, for the plays. But I know how it ended. And it ended with a touchdown in overtime to Njigba, your guy. You know it's coming. It's a 4-yard touchdown. You showed up when it mattered. After going for 2, and he could be in there, but man, we just went all on Bryce Young. Sam Darnold, you get the honorable mention. You get the honorable mention from me as I'm on the way out before we go into playoffs, and that's why I wanted to give it to him, because he's sitting atop. He's sitting atop the NFC.
Here's a little breakdown. They're down 30-14 in the fourth quarter. Okay, after throwing an interception, Sam Darnold, his second, the Seahawks get a punt return for a touchdown. They get a 2-point conversion. They get the ball back. Sam Darnold throws a touchdown, another 2-point conversion. That sends the game into overtime. The Rams go down and score. This thing's over with, right? No. The Seahawks go down and score a touchdown and go for another 2-point conversion and get it in that situation in overtime to win the game. Because at that point, if they just kick the extra point, it's next points win. And so very little confidence in their defense to be able to stop Matthew Stafford. They decided to go for 2. That's big kahunas in my opinion to call that play from the coaching staff.
Especially if you have Sam Darnold. That's who we're talking about here, right?
Yeah,
who's not that guy in late games, big games, but he's got to do it in the playoffs. But this was a start. This was a start for Darnold. Here's
the interesting thing about that is that in the game, before the game, the talk is, can he win the big game? Can he beat the Rams, right? Because he couldn't do it last year with the Vikings. Big game, Sam Darnold really hasn't been there. And then during the game, late in the game, he literally changes the narrative and is able to pull out the big win. Brandon, did he change the narrative in your opinion? Sam Darnold, is he ready for the moment, or was that a fluke?
No, it's not a fluke, but I do see positive progression there that he can actually win the game. But also, it's not the playoffs, and we all know we're going to have to face, they're going to have to face either the Niners or the Rams, and can he do it again? And I think the stigma with Sam is obviously from his past where he still sees ghosts, and Sam's going to Sam sometimes. Sam Sammed quite a bit in this game, and he found a way to get it done and close it out, and kudos to him. But he's got another couple of hard battles coming up, and we're going to see if he can push it through. So
we're going to see. Good job. Well, we're going to go through the playoffs here just as we allow Lo to exit the show so he can go back and service all of his clients at Under Armour for the Christmas holiday. Lo, thank you for making time for us today. Have a great Christmas if we don't talk to you before Wednesday, Thursday, and we'll see you on Sunday, I assume, at least for the show, and maybe for the Bears 49er game Sunday night here at the Casa. We will see.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. Y'all do it right. I know y'all have some back and forth over playoffs, but we all know who's going to be at the tip top. So I know y'all will do my boys right. Put them where they're supposed to be. All right. Y'all have a good one. QB Huddlers out there. Thanks for the shout, for the super chat. Everyone jumping in there. Y'all keep those chains moving. I'm gonna go for it. Okay, I'm gonna go.
Merry Christmas, love.
All right, y'all. Happy holidays.
All right,
Merry
buddy.
Christmas, and we will see y'all soon.
We'll see you,
Yes,
love.
sir.
All right, Brandon, let's get into this. We won't be on here much longer, but we do have to kind of break this down. And more so, let's talk about who can move, whether it's down or up. And we've got, here we are with the seedings. You want to start in AFC or NFC?
We go AFC, man.
All right, let's go AFC. The
We got the
Broncos.
playoff picture up. Oh, here we are.
Here it is. So the Broncos currently sitting at the 1 spot. Of course, the Patriots there at 2. The Jaguars are at the 3. Steelers hold tight at 4. Chargers at 5. Bills at 6. To me, the teams that should be the most concerned that can move up, move down, Broncos, Patriots, and Bills. Those are the teams that can make some drastic moves. I mean, you look at the Broncos, they could be at the 1 and drop all the way down to the 6 if they don't take care of business. Well, I say the 4, actually, because they'll be a division winner.
Right.
What are you looking for from the AFC? Who do you think is going to come out of this thing and get that number 1 seed?
I think Denver's going to come out of it. I feel, yes, the Jaguars, stole one at the house, but I feel Denver has been strong all year. I think they get back going in their winning ways this upcoming week. I think also who can make a push is the Jaguars. Jaguars could be at 2 as well if Patriots fall, but I don't see the Patriots losing right now. It kind of looks, in a mix between really the 5th, the 4th, the 6th, and the 3rd. And the 7th could all just mix up by the end of next week. I think Patriots could be a lock at 2 and Denver a lock at 1, and I think it's going to shuffle after that.
Well, how about this for the Broncos? I mean, just talking about them, they have the Chiefs. That's going to be a win, you assume. But then the Chargers come to town on January 4th, Week 18, at 12-3 versus the Chargers, who you assume will come in there with a 4-loss record where they are currently. That is a game that could shake up the entire AFC picture because the Chargers could take out the Broncos, and that could end up putting the Patriots at the 1 seed, or the Patriots could lose another game. The Bills could win out, and they could jump all the way up to the 1 seed. So that Chargers-Broncos game, extremely important to the entire AFC playoff picture when you really break it down. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to pull up the Patriots schedule really quick here just to see what they have going on. Of course, they have the Jets coming up. That is weeks. That's this week.
2 backup quarterbacks they got to play. I don't really see them.
Yeah, that's going to be a win. And then they've got let's see, who do the Patriots have in Week 18? That's always going to be the Dolphins. So you're talking about 2 games the Patriots should win.
They're going to stay locked at 2 and just waiting on that 1 seed, waiting for Denver to fall in Week 18.
The Buffalo Bills schedule, they have a tough one coming up this week, and this could change everything for them. This could give them no shot at the number 1 seed if they lose to Philly this weekend in the 325 matchup. Now, that is at home at Highmark. There's a lot of emotion right now. There's 2 regular season games left at Highmark Stadium because they're moving into the new stadium next year. The Eagles and the Jets, they'll beat the Jets. Not concerned about the Jets, but this Eagles game is a huge game for the Bills to keep their hopes alive to get the playoffs to come through Highmark. So a lot of activity over the next 2 weeks in the AFC. Let's go over to the NFC. That's where we like to live. Cowboys, Bears fan, 49ers fan. We've got it all here. In the NFC right now, the Seahawks sit atop that division that conference as we know. The Bears at the 2 seed after that big win in Green Bay, but they do not have an easy schedule to end the season. The Eagles at 3, 49ers currently at 5 with the Panthers at 4 because they'll be division winners. And then the Rams sit at 6 with the Packers at 7. There could be a lot of movement here. You want to talk about it, particularly with your 49ers?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I've said, once Seattle beat the Rams, it all became we control our own destiny. And what I mean by that is you have to win out. You win out. You don't go travel anymore, right? We have technically, if all works out, right, in a perfect world, which we all know there's no perfect world, we have 5 straight home games left. That's how I look at it. And if we handle it and take care of business, the road to the Super Bowl goes through Levi. And there could be some mix-ups because we have a huge matchup between the Bears and ourselves. And we have got to play. We cannot let that team stay around close because they're known for coming back with their late game heroics, even though they might play like crap for the first 3 quarters. We've got to keep the foot on the gas and never let off because you can't let 18 get too much time left. I mean, he's just a gamer. That's what he is. He's a special player. I do see that 6th and 3rd seed there with the Eagles and Rams. If Eagles go out there and lose to the Bills, which it could happen, right? Because they're playing with a ton of emotion in Buffalo right now, and that's where Buffalo live. They love December football out there, but the Eagles are used to that, right? So I think that's going to be a tough game. If the Eagles don't pull it off, they're probably going to fall pretty tough, and they may have to go to Chicago. They may have to go to LA and travel across country. So I feel like right now the Niners control their destiny, but also so do the Seahawks. They put themselves in a favorable position to, hey, it's going to go through Seattle. And also the Bears put themselves in a position. So we got a lot of mixtures, right? So each team really controls their destiny. I would say Seattle, the Bears, and the Niners truly control their destiny.
Yes.
Those three teams really stand out.
The Rams could win out, right, and end up at 13-4. But the 49ers could also win out, which would keep them ahead. Now, if the Rams win out and the 49ers lose a game and Seattle loses a game,
and it changes,
then the Rams go up to that number 1 seed unless the Bears were to win out. So there's also, and look at this, the Bears have to play the Lions at the end of the season after they go to Levi. Now, they're playing that Lions game at home, but the Lions will need to win that game for any shot to get into
no. So you're getting a whole bunch of motivated teams coming after.
That's a must-win game for Detroit. Nope. Seattle and 49ers are going to play a must-win game at the end of the season. I think the Rams actually have the easiest road for the last 2 weeks playing. They play the Falcons this coming up week, and then they play the Cardinals. So the Rams have the easiest 2 weeks coming up. And to me, they're the ones that can really make that leap. If the Bears could easily lose the next 2 games and fall all the way down, while the Packers could win and get themselves back up into winning the division. So there's a lot to play. I think the picture comes a little clearer after Sunday, especially after the Bears and the 49ers play.
Yeah.
You get a little bit clearer picture, but then there's some games in week 18 that are going to be for seeding and division winners and things like that. So this is exciting. I love this time of year because there's some games that just matter more than others.
I agree.
And Sunday night's one of them. So really looking forward to it. I guess that's it for the playoff talk. I mean,
man.
We covered as much as we could without having the big board like they do on Fox and all that. But, it's getting exciting. We're getting to the end of it. Brandon, we are almost to Christmas here on Wednesday. We got a full slate of games we talked about. Are you here with us Sunday morning? That's my question.
No, I'm going to be in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right. You're headed to Oklahoma. You'll be headed back from Oklahoma. So it'll be low Sunday. We will be back. Thank you to allaccessfootball.com. Thank you to New Era Media for producing this show. And thank you to FanStream Sports for allowing us to come in and be part of the group and streaming out to all of their affiliates as well. We're really happy to be a part of that family, and we're happy to have all of you new QB huddlers joining us. We'll be back Sunday morning, right around 11 o'clock for the pregame of what should be a very exciting day of football. Talk a little bit more about what happened on Christmas. But Merry Christmas to everybody. My friend Brandon, do you have any additional words before we get out of here?
Get that 10% off for that Doobie Energy drink, people. It's a pretty good drink.
Here it is.
I will say it's a nice W there. It's definitely a very refreshing drink. There's a QR code on the top left of your screen. If you are craving for a new pre-workout, or you're craving I need just a quick pickup, right? Go to the gym, go to the golf range, or even just go walk around and have daily activities. Doobie's the way to go.
Doobie, Dubby, have a doobie, then a dubby, doesn't matter, do it all.
Shout out to our guy who gave us the donation. We truly appreciate that. And we are truly grateful for each and every one of our viewers and our subscribers. So it's definitely been a ride, man. Are you ready for golf tomorrow, Tim? You ready to stretch the old back out and get it going?
I'm ready. I will tell you. I hope we're still
not looking like a shambles.
I hope we're still playing team golf, even if it's just 2v2, because I went out to the range yesterday. I hit about a half a bucket of balls. I'm struggling today. So after golf tomorrow, I will not be able to walk on Christmas, but that's fine. I'm not going anywhere. So as long as I can drive myself home, but we have to play some sort of I'm scrambling with somebody, whether that's the format or not. I am scrambling with somebody that day so I can get through the day and have a good time and enjoy life out with my buds on Christmas Eve morning. That's going to be 77 degrees in Dallas. So if you're in the area, go out and play some golf, man.
Get high, let it fly, baby.
Get high, let it fly. Guys, we'll see you Sunday morning. Have a very, very Merry Christmas if that's your thing. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you're celebrating with friends and family, celebrate safely, enjoy, and until Sunday morning, keep those chains moving. We'll see you.